Here, for the first time ever in YouTube history. Okay, maybe not really. I'm going to start this video off with a little something I've written about my history with Call of Duty. Enjoy. So here's a little story, a journey, if you will, about a man with a dream. A dream to kill. Not to take a human life, as most would assume, but to destroy in virtual reality, tucked away in my living room. I was such a noob, the enemies would say. I didn't care at all. I just wanted to play. But as the nights dragged on, and my fingers grew weak, I began to agree with him, as I could not go on a streak. But then, I started to watch all the YouTubers and gameplay. How did they get so good? I must find a way. Well, the first thing I noticed is what appeared on their heads. A way to hear so loud, without alerting those in bed? I must acquire one of those devices. It would make me so happy. But then I looked at most of the prices, and my joy was gone, sadly. But alas, I found the pair, some Turtle Beach XL1s. The cost was very small, so after work, I had the funds. I grabbed them up so fast, even the Flash would be surprised. I set them up and put them on. You should have seen the look that was in my eyes. I went from breaking even to getting more kills than deaths. This game named Call of Duty has started taking away my breath. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. I'm not that deeply in love. I've got a few list of reasons why I'm growing out of that phase. A few I'll now speak of. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that. I kind of did too. So, as you can see in the title, it is why I've given up caring about Call of Duty. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love playing the game. It is not me saying I'm done playing the game, I'm done ever touching another Call of Duty again as long as I live. I'm not going like that. What I mean is, I've given up, how would you say it, caring about my stats? I guess that's the best way to put it. For a while. Pretty much most of Advanced Warfare, all of Ghosts, that sort of thing. I was so worried about my kill-death ratio. If I went even, I would get mad at myself, that sort of thing. If I went negative, dear God, I would be pissed. But then, about halfway through Advanced Warfare, I guess, probably the second DLC that dropped was around the time I stopped playing in parties. Just because it was getting frustrating. Because if one person would die and, you know, if I didn't save them, or if another teammate didn't save them, they'd get all cranky, and they'd be like, why didn't you save me? And I'd be like, I don't know, I didn't feel like it, you know, just that sort of thing, because I didn't care. And it got frustrating, so I started doing bad, I kept going negative, they only wanted to play Search and Rescue, you know, that sort of thing. And I didn't want to. I don't like playing Search a lot of the time anyway, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to start playing solo. So I did. I started playing solo. And guess what? I started doing better. But what did I do to start doing better? I put on music. Of all the things, I started putting on music. I plugged in with the headset that I had at the time. I was able to plug in my iPhone, and I just put on a playlist. And I would listen to that, and that's what I would focus on. I would focus on the music, and I would just play in the background. And maybe it was just me, maybe it works for a lot of other people, but I started doing a lot better. You could see my KD starting to rise. You could see my score per minute starting to rise, my win-loss ratio starting to rise. I just started doing better. And that's when I realized I don't care anymore. It came back a little bit at the beginning of Black Ops 3, I'll admit. You know, at the very beginning, I was like, oh, you know, my goal was, I want a 2 KD or a 2 plus KD or whatever. And I can tell you right now, it's definitely not that. I think it's hovering at a 1.58, which is nothing horrible, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad KD in my mind. but it's also not the best one. But recently, I've got back into that groove where I just don't care anymore. You know, my goal in Black Ops 3 right now is I want to get all the hero gear for my specialists, and I want to get dark matter camo, which is also why my KD is a little bit lower. I've been going for headshots, I've been doing all the challenges and stuff, and that'll take a toll if you're using a pistol and going for headshots, I'll tell you that. But I've just gotten to the point where if I sit there and I'm, you know, super tryharding, and if I'm pushing myself for streaks and I'm like, oh, I'm only one off the streak, and then I die, I get super frustrated, like most people would. And then I start doing bad, and then I do worse and worse and worse, and then I just get mad with the whole game and I'll go play something else. And it stopped being fun for me. And I want my video games to be fun. I think everybody does. That's the reason for video games. Is for them to be enjoyable, for you to be able to relax and have fun with the game. And when I was sitting there worrying about my stats, it stopped. It stopped being fun. So I've just gotten to the point now, and this is super rambly, I understand, but I gave up, and guess what? I'm having a lot more fun. But that also, me giving up, has mean I've been starting to branch out a little more on games. I've been playing a little bit more Battlefield. I've been playing an insane amount of Counter-Strike. Been trying to get really good at that game, I'll tell you that. That's one I care about. If I do bad, I do bad, and that makes me mad. But that'll be another video, maybe. But, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to throw a video up here, just kind of give my thoughts on it. So what do you guys think? Do you think having a good KD and, you know, your stats, is that everything to you in the game? Do you like to just sit back and have fun even if you go double negative? You know, what do you do to stop worrying about when you play video games? If you're getting stressed out, what do you do? Do you put on music? Do you just turn it off for a while? Do you watch a video? Do you, I don't know, go for a walk? Do you just keep playing and just brush through it and see if you start doing better, and then that gets better? So yeah, I know the video is a little bit long today, with the gameplay at least. That was something that super duper frustrated me. That's you'll see at the very end why, but it's such a bummer when something like this happens. Because I was doing pretty well. I was going for objectives, trying to, you know, win the game, and then this. The wonderful joys of Call of Duty. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can find some good background music to put on for the rest of the gameplay. Sit back, enjoy, and I will talk to you in my next video.